We are under attack by a flurry of curvy lasers, for this is the laser light show contest, where you are only allowed to use lasers. Also, this is Danmakufu Delirium, but it's not like that's important. Anywho, this is my terrifyingly bad entry for the laser light show contest, which I had a lot of trouble making because I ended up having to change things that I didn't like because I would have been disqualified otherwise. I had to kick out a few things because I ran out of ideas. So yeah, this thing has now 3 spells and 3 non-spells. Like, come on, who else should I have used for a contest like this? Only allowed to use lasers in like shows Danmaku's 90% lasers. So let's see those 90% lasers. We've got my LOLK, terrible recreations here. And I shall choose Sanai, because Sanai is the only good player. Go. A very meaningful difficulty selection. Let me make it sound a bit more soundy, because my scripts are usually more on the quiet side. Oh yes, that's better. A very meaningful difficulty selection, stolen from at the end of the Shrine Road and like in Ghost Coming Spring. I think I'll use this kind of thing in most of my scripts now. But this only has 1 difficulty, so it doesn't even matter. Lives. Let's disable them, because we all know how good I can play Danmaku games when I am talking! Alright, and here she is. Wow. Terrifyingly non-interesting non-spells, though I imagine they can be tricky to read if you're playing the script for the first time. Which I am not, because I made it! Light Sign, Halo of Bezdarana. This is a spell that I struggled a lot with, because at first it was just giant rings, which, like giant laser rings, which would have been counted as a super fancy bullet. I hope this doesn't, because these things, ouch, actually behave like straight lasers, just that they are arranged in a ring. But there's actually a point to them being lasers. More stuff. Whoa, that was a close one. What am I even supposed to say about my own script? Purification, Pillars of the 6 Demons. It's a reference to Corpse Party, because why not? I do hope those rings don't disqualify me, because they're not even moving anywhere. And they turn into lasers, and they're made of lasers, so blur. Stuff, and crosses, and more lasers. This was one spell I struggled with a lot, because originally those rings would have been flung at you, and yeah, that would have counted as a super fancy bullet. And now we have a shimmering cyclocasm, I guess. Heavy lasers. Light Sign, Heaven's Gates. It was like the first spell I had in mind when the idea of a laser light show redux contest came up. And arguably this spell was in development for the longest time. Because I wanted it to be super fancy. And I was really pissed off when I saw that the new camera game made by Ido and his chaps, like Try Focuser, or as I like to call it, Cry Fuck You Sir, because that's what it is. It makes you cry, so fuck you. So that's where the name comes from. I believe it was Ricotone who had a pretty similar spell to this, and I was really pissed off at that. So yes. I totally did it first. Actually no, but don't tell anyone. For this last phase I originally wanted to have lasers come from both sides, but that was absolutely impossible to do without making this spell absolutely impossible. Wowza, I captured it. I did much better when talking than when I wasn't talking. What the hell? Something is wrong about this. Anywho, that's my show script. I totally hope that I'm going to win. I totally know that I am not going to win because the script is absolutely terrible. At least I know that I'm not going to be last, like the previous contest where my entry did suck ass. Thankfully, the worst entries in this, namely Meowstic's entry, I haven't seen the others yet. Well, apart from Sparens, but Sparens is actually kind of decent. I know for sure Meowstic is going to score less than me, and that makes me feel good, because Meowstic is actually a pretty decent scripture. Anywho, that's my show script. Next up will be Gilmon's entry that was not actually officially submitted, I think, but he did send it to Phantom in a certain Discord server. And then there was a whole bunch of stuff happening around it, but he didn't post it on the forum, so I'm not sure if it's actually going to be officially counted in. I'm going to play it anyway, because it exists, so yes. I will see you all next time on Danmakufu Delirium. Woohoo.